Yeah, obviously, in a rivalry game like this, you've got, a lot of passion and intensity, coming into the game, and great opportunity for us to play in these moments. And I thought in the first half we, stuck to our script pretty well. It was, pretty close game those first 20 minutes. With about a minute to go in the first half, the lead stretched from 5 to 10, and then they were able to piggyback that on the start of the second half and build some momentum to separate. But tip your hat to Montana. They've got really experienced guard play and did a great job on the offensive glass tonight, which was a killer in addition to obviously Moody and the 3-point shooting. So that was the story of the game.
Rob, this team has lost 4 games in a row now. Is there anything that can connect these games in terms of what this team needs to improve on at the moment?
I think we're coming out, following our scout, doing everything we want to do. Just let a couple of tough ones get away from us.
Coach, you mentioned how the first couple minutes of this game usually trade the lead, then they eventually just get on a little run and go up by 10 at halftime. Is there anything that the team stops doing at that point, or that UM does that accounts for them to just get that little bit of momentum?
This game it's a game of runs. They just got hot, late in the half and made a couple tough shots.
What was the biggest challenge with trying to slow them down beyond the 3-point line?
I just think they were hitting a lot of tough shots. I think we had a lot of hands in their faces, and they made the tough ones.
Eddie, I'm sorry you don't have a microphone in front of you, but can you take us through how your game kind of came together as a season high and field goal attempts for you? Was there anything about this game that lent itself to just looking for your shot a little bit more?
No, every day, we practice the shots that we want to take. In different games, guys focus on Robert Ford or Brian Garacki, or different games have different openings. And the way we're designed is, for anybody on the team to have the most attempts, any given night. So, we saw the openings that we prepared for, and I was able to take advantage of those.
What was it like for you going up against that guard, trio almost that they have? How difficult were they to kind of cover?
Honestly, we just feel like we dropped the ball ourselves. It wasn't really them that beat us, which gives us excitement. I think there's a lot of things that we can clean up ourselves as players. Our coaches are putting us in the right spot. It's just about going out there and executing.
Anything else for Rob or Eddie?
Yeah. Do you guys want to play this team again come March, come tournament time? Are you guys looking forward to playing Montana again?
Absolutely. Since the day we came together, we've always talked about whatever it takes. It takes what it takes, whatever it takes for us to be the best team we can be in March. Not January or February. So, this is just another bump in the road, and growth isn't easy, isn't always fun. But we're just gonna stick together, and when we see them again, we're gonna be ready.
Now that's 4 in a row on the wrong side of things. What's the preparation look like to turn things around in the last few games here?
I think it's just coming in focusing and listening to our coaches and executing our scout day in and day out. I think we plan to do that. So this following week I think we'll do the same thing.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Matt, now you've seen them twice. What makes Montana so hard to guard?
Just their experience and connectedness. They have very well-defined roles. Everyone knows who they are, and this isn't the first year that they've been in those roles. It's the second, if not third. They have a system that they've been executing and working on, during that entire time, and they're disciplined and well coached. So good teams, make you pay when you make mistakes, and certainly these guys were able to do that tonight. When we did slip up on the offensive glass or in transition, they made shots, they made the right reads and passes, and that's what experienced teams do. So the part that's exciting for us is we're new, of these experiences allow us to see something and learn something different. And while we've lost 4 games in a row, we've had leads in 3 of those 4 that were pretty sizable. We've shown that we can play with anybody in the conference, and we've got to see the forest through the trees in that.
To what extent, if at all, do you agree with Eddie's assessment of some of tonight was self-inflicted rather than just what the Grizz are doing to you?
Yeah, I mean, we made mistakes. I'm sure they did too. And then sometimes, when you make a mistake on defense, the players still have to make shots, and they made a nice run there, kind of capitalizing on those. I thought we played a pretty clean game offensively. We didn't have a lot of turnovers, and it was really the offensive glass and the 3-point line.
You mentioned
Montana's experience. I mean, when they have all their seniors play well, how hard is that team to beat?
Yeah, I mean that's the story of college basketball right now, right? I mean, the older you are, the more you've been together, the better off you're going to be, and so you see that from them. I think we've grown throughout the year, but it's just one of those things where the process is the process, and it takes time to develop those intricacies of where's my teammate in this situation? Are we both reading the same thing on offense and defense? And so we're growing through those right now.
You mentioned Montana going on that run to end the first half and then a run again to start the second half. What did you feel made the biggest difference there? And was there anything during that halftime break you guys tried to change?
We certainly talked about the offensive rebounds. I think they had 8 or 10 offensive rebounds in the first half. I thought we got the ball to the front of the rim or deep in the paint a couple times late in that first half, and either didn't convert or didn't make the next pass to a teammate that would have resulted in an uncontested shot as opposed to a highly contested shot. And those are some of the situations that we're growing through. If you're down 5 and 2 of those paint touches become kick-out threes, you might be up 1 instead of down 10 at the half, and then obviously Jackson Knapp hit that 3 in transition at the end. To take it from 7 to 10, so runs like that take on both parts of the half. You don't necessarily feel quite as much in the moment because they're spread out by halftime, but that was really where the game kind of got separated from us.
When they go on those runs and the crowd gets into it like it did tonight, how does that affect your team?
I thought our guys were poised, throughout the experience. That's what you're going to see in postseason play and in March, and so those are good for us. These are the type of games and rivalries you dream about playing in and coaching in as a kid, and obviously we'd like to be on the other side of things, but it's good for us to go through these adversities and see what we're made of and keep our guys connected like they have been all year. This is really a group that has been focused on playing our best basketball at the end of the year, and as Eddie alluded to, growth isn't always pretty and it isn't always in a straight line, but we've had some really high highs, and we know what we're capable of, and hopefully we can show that here in the next month.
When Montana's first 6 or 7 field goals in the second half were all 3-pointers, is there some level of frustration that comes out, not just from you but from everybody at that time, and how do you go about collectively trying to course correct in real time?
Yeah, I mean, you've got Moody and Vasquez and Thomas, who are all high percentage 3-point shooters, and obviously that's a focal point of your defensive game plan to try to take that away, and so when that doesn't happen, it's frustrating. I thought some of the shots were decently contested, and some of them were self-made errors. So we've got to own those, and you can't have a lot of my bads in March. And at the same token, their guys stepped up and made those shots, and you got to tip your hat to them.
Anything else for Coach? Thanks, Coach.
Cool.